Hello, it's Pauline Gallagher of the knitting class here. Today I want to talk to you about the yarn over. Now the yarn over is most often encountered in knitting when you're trying to make a little hole, a little eyelet, decorative hole in your knitting. That could be in lace, or it might be where you're making a little tiny buttonhole. So when you're working across a row, and you come to the point in the pattern where it asks you to do a yarn over, what they want you to do is to get your working yarn in position so that it's going to run from the front of your work to the back of your work over the top of your right hand needle. Now, in order to do that, you've got to look and see where the yarn is before you begin. So if I've just worked a knit stitch, the yarn will be at the back of my work. So I need to bring it between the needles, forward between the needles to get in the front so that I can lay it over my right hand needle to make the yarn over. So this is the yarn over, that little tiny bit of yarn running from front to back over the top of the right hand needle. Now what you do next depends on what you want to do with the following stitch. So if I was to do knit, yarn over, knit, once I've done the yarn over, the working yarn is at the back of my work, which is in position to go ahead and knit the next stitch. It's knit, yarn over, knit. If I want to do knit, yarn over, purl, again, first thing I've got to do is bring the yarn to the front to get in position to make the yarn over, make the yarn over on the needle, and because I want to purl the following stitch, I'm now going to have to bring my yarn forward to get in position to purl. There we go. Knit, yarn over, purl. Okay, what if I want to do purl, yarn over, knit? Well, I've just done a purl. My working yarn is at the front of the needle. That's exactly where I need it to make the yarn over. And now I want to knit the next stitch. As it happens, my working yarn is already at the back, so I can just go ahead and knit the stitch. Purl, yarn over, knit. Okay, what if I want to do a purl, yarn over, purl? So I'll go ahead and purl the next stitch. The yarn is at the front, ready to do the yarn over. Go ahead. And I want to purl the next stitch, so I've got to bring my yarn in position to purl the following stitch. So as you can see, you can kind of break the operation down into three. Number one, what stitch have I just completed? Where is the yarn? So if I want to make the yarn over, I need to get my yarn so that it's at the front of my work. So I've just completed a purl here. The yarn is already in front. If I had just completed a knit stitch, my yarn would be at the back and I'd have to bring it forward to get it in front of my work. So that's kind of step number one. Get your yarn in the right position, that is, to the front of your work. Step number two is creating the yarn over. Creating the yarn over is just as simple as bringing the working yarn over the top of your right hand needle from front to back. So you may say that is your yarn over done once you have that little bit of yarn lying on the needle running from the front of the work to the back over the top of the right hand needle. So that's part two. Then part three depends on what stitch you want to do next. So if I want to do a knit stitch next, my working yarn's already at the back, I go ahead and knit. If I had wanted to do a purl stitch next, after the yarn over, my yarn is at the back of the work, therefore I'd have to bring it forward to get in position to purl the next stitch. So if you can think of yarn over as being only that little thing, the little tiny bit of yarn running over the top of your right hand needle from front to back, and then if you consider how to get the yarn in position to do that and what to do afterwards to make the following stitch, you'll find working yarn overs a doddle from here on out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look for more videos on the knitting class. Make sure to like this video and to subscribe to the knitting class for future videos coming up. Thanks a lot and happy knitting. Bye.